Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's going to be a great day. We look forward to seeing you in God's house. All weekend, I'm teaching on productive evangelism. What do we learn from the life and the ministry of the Apostle Paul in Acts 16, verses around 11 through verse 15? And as he moves into the Macedonian vision for the first time. It's a great study. I look forward to seeing you there. And then, of course, all next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, we're going into our third week of special revival meetings. We encourage that all of you be there. Let me take you today to John chapter 12, verse 42, one of the scariest verses in the Bible. Yet at that time, many even among the leaders believed in him, Jesus. But because of the Pharisees, they would not confess their faith for fear they would be put out of the synagogue. For they loved praise from men more than praise from God. Now that's an incredibly scary verse. The Apostle Paul teaches us that not only must we believe with our hearts, but with our mouth we must confess in order to receive salvation. These people were partway to salvation. They believed in Jesus, but they would not confess. And confession of faith is necessary for salvation. So they believed in him. In their heart, they believed in him, but they would not confess their faith in him because they wanted to be liked by other people. The praises of these religious leaders that surrounded them, their barcada, what their barcada thought about them meant more to them than salvation. Now, I watch many young people today that the praise of men, the accolades of their barcada. I watch religious people today that are more interested in what other religious people think of them than what God thinks of them. You and I must never allow what people think of us to control our faith in Christ Jesus. The number one relationship in our life is our walk with Jesus. Let me say that one more time. The number one walk, the most important walk in our life is with Jesus. Now, forgive me, it's wonderful to have friends, but I would rather have Jesus than friends. It's wonderful to have family, but I'd rather have Jesus than family. It's wonderful to be well thought of by people, but I'd rather be well thought of by God. Now, when you start allowing religious people to control your faith in God, when you start allowing your friends to control your walk with God, then, brothers and sisters, please forgive me. Those really aren't your friends. They really don't care about you. Let me say that again. They really don't care about you. If these Pharisees really cared about their fellow leaders, they would want them to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. But as I teach you every year during the School of the Cross, they cared more about their place, they cared more about their position, they cared more about their source of income, they cared more about their position of stature than they cared about a walk with God. Never allow your relationship with people to control your walk with God.